We're live on, where are we? Let's see. We are on YouTube. Oh, let's see. Okay, hey. Um, YouTube. It is I, Miss Atlanta from MissAtlantaTheDream.com, also known as the Love Goddess Yvette Dream Johnson. Here on a Thick Thursday, July the 3rd, it is 10 days to my mighty 50th birthday. So I am coming here to talk to you all because in the midst of me going live on the Tiki Taki, I was banned for hate speech. Now let's be clear, I wasn't being hateful, I was being honest, wasn't cussing, like not like that, not above the usual, not really at all. I was speaking on emotional immaturity, shitty communicators, poor communicators, and the pain it causes people who deserve presence and clarity. If that gets silenced on this app and all the others, it says more about the system than it does about me, the individual who has experienced it. This is why we must keep building. Those of you who are on your spiritual awakening, you're on your journey, we must keep building this, our sacredness in our connections, and women like me need to continuously work on our sacred and our softness and sovereign places or spaces, because some truths are too tender on these platforms that reward chaos over consciousness. Okay. I'm not shucking and jiving. I'm not crooning. I'm not doing line dancing and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. And it's not okay, because I've noticed on all of my platforms, my stuff is being suppressed, and it's not just a me problem. Others are experiencing this problem too. Um, and I'm sitting here reading emails or whatever, but it can be very disheartening. As I went when I got off TikTok live, I went to Instagram, I went to Facebook, I went to my Twitter. Haley, welcome in. And I got upset though, but I've been doing this content stuff since for 18 years, Lee. 18 years. So it and this is my only source of income. This is my meat, my bread, my cheese, my bread and butter, honey. And so as an 18-year content creator, it's not like I had a cushion of child support. I have a cushion of alimony. I've never gotten alimony, by the way. This is my sole source of income. And so TikTok, I was getting into a story time because I had wrote a piece, the one that I had shared here. I was getting into explaining it because I do story times for those of you who do not know. Thank you, honey. Thank you. I do story times. And one of the people who I kind of fell out with, guess what? They were in the fucking chat. In the fucking chat. It basically reaffirm, confirm that people will follow you and they don't even like you. And people only like you, they only support you. Let me say that louder. They only support you when it's trendy or convenient or it benefits them directly. Do you not know that? I've experienced that far too many times. And so I was speaking on, because I am on my road to the mighty 50, of still having certain things called boundaries and still being in connection with people, right? But letting them know, like, hey, if I'm not your first choice, don't even bother to call me for that red carpet event, for that podcast, for hosting something. Don't call me if my name does not come first to your thoughts. Don't call me at the last minute. Don't do it. Don't do it. And just to let y'all know a little bit more, T, the reason why I have not done a photo shoot, you see my cover photo for my channel. The reason why I have not done professional stuff that I want to update, even some of my profile photos, is because I have not gotten in the studio yet. And because some of Some of my, I say some, a couple of my favorite photographers are busy. Okay. And the ones who I've shot with and I've paid multis to, guess what? I want to shoot with them again, but I got to have the money to shoot with them. Can't shoot off of cotton candy and bubble gums, okay? And dreams. I have to have money to pay those who are not doing content trade, okay? And so that's why, just giving y'all an insight, that's why I have not done any other professional photos. So I want to say this too. Um, it wasn't because the app cut me off during my live stream. I wasn't speaking hate. Y'all can tell me that in the comments. Y'all know, and for those of you who are over on TikTok, I wasn't speaking hate. Or was it too healing and too real for their filter? That's what I believe. I was just being too real. Okay. I am a mirror to some people or a movement, and I am the messenger for others. No, you're not going to be a shitty communicator. Not with me. No, you're not going to get an all access pass to this ass. Not with me. If you're a shitty communicator, hell to the no. No, I'm not going to allow that. Okay. And again, I'm going to tell y'all what it does, and people don't understand this, what being a shitty communicator does. And I took notes. I ain't going to lie. And I'm going to repeat the shit. It breaks the foundation of trust. Do y'all not know that? It brings in self-doubt in people when people are shitty communicators, okay? It brings out abandonment issues, especially this ain't just, oh, we just casual or whatever. No, this supposed to be your homegirl, your homeboy, your friend. You get what I'm saying? And then what TikTok didn't like me saying was they're watching the Diddy trial. They could tell you what Cardi B and Offset is doing. They could tell you what Trump and Elon are talking about. They can tell you everything that's going on the Twitters and this, that, and the third, and the Shein and the Fashion Novas and what's going on in the NBA finals. They could tell you that shit. And they have these little mini computers in their phone constantly. Constantly. You hear me? But people will try to make it seem as if, oh, she wants me to respond right then and there. No, I don't want you to respond right then and there. It takes 2 seconds to send a text message, even quicker, or maybe a little bit longer. I'm a voice note type of goddess. Voice notes. I do voice notes. You know why? The communication, the tone is already there in the voice note. You don't have to question what it is that I'm saying and how I'm saying it. Versus when you're texting, you never know what type of tone a person is trying to relay. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, I said that and I meant that. You have these thinking microcomputers in your fucking hands, scrolling YouTube Shorts, Instagram, Facebook, the Wall Street Journal, who knows, the Shade Room, whatever the fuck. Okay. But you can't respond to the people who you're supposed to be cool with and you want to do collabs with, or you want to do business with. That says a lot about you, not the person in the phone. They're not needy. You're a shitty communicator. You're a person that wants them to feel some type of way. Even if you are going through something mentally, why can't you vocalize that? Hey, give me a minute. I'll get back to you, in a second. I don't accept people who don't show up for me and expect me to show up for them. Let's think about that when y'all think about that. How many times have you shown up for people when they wanted to rant to you, when they wanted you to pick up the phone, they wanted you to do blah, 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 blah? How many times? Probably more than enough, more than one too many times. Me as a nurturer, as a mom, and as the friend, yes, I talk, but guess what? I listen to. But it sucks when individuals try to push you under a rug or act like they don't see your message. And we was just talking like yesterday, we was just talking. Even the night before we was talking so good, and now here come today. I think a lot of people listen, and y'all know it's true. Who else is in therapy? Who else goes to sit with somebody and talks to somebody? It's the people who don't go to therapy. It's the people who don't get on meds. It's the people who are not taking stuff for the anxiety. They ain't even taking ashwagandha. They probably vaping or eating and who the fuck knows? I eat sometimes, but listen, I sit and talk to people too about my eating. I talk about my shit. I'll talk about my dark shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't just get on here and no. I talk about my eating, my fucking, my crying, my dreams, my goals. I sit and have a conversation with in a commune with someone who is a coach, a listening ear. You know, I have to do that because I hold space for other people in my consumer base. Okay. But I just feel like the people who cause us the most grief, those are the motherfuckers who, for real, are not in therapy. They're not in counsel. They smoking weed, they're drinking, they're doing whatever. They're not getting the help that they need. I mean, from what I'm encountering, and the people that have done it to me, nah, they not in therapy. Nah, they not getting help about their shitty communication. Nope. They think they're fine. And who knows? They could be a narcissist. I don't know. But anyway, y'all, I just came on here on the YouTube just because I wanted to put out the same exact energy on all of my platforms. Because Facebook is suppressing my shit. Instagram is suppressing my shit. Some of my shit, and I say my shit, my content, my art, my creations. And as a person who solely does this because it's their passion, who solely does this because this is part of her purpose and how she shows up in the world on this planet, this means a lot more to me than just talking about shitty communicators. Because there was a project that I wanted to do, and I asked my photographer, would they drive up a couple hours to come shoot with me? I haven't heard anything back from my photographer friend. There's other photographers, you damn right. Yes, I can pull out this Pro Max and shoot the shit out of my phone in cinematic. I can do that. Yes, I can. But I wanted it with another set of eyes. But it's okay. As my mother say, one monkey don't stop no show. One monkey don't stop no show. Okay. And I have to have that mindset going into the Mighty 50, y'all. One monkey don't stop no show. This is why the reason why I have not taken on a lover, a man in a serious sense in my personal, because of one certain things like the trust issues. When you start, triggering me with my trust issues and my abandonment and all the things of that nature, I don't want to fuck with you because I don't trust you. I don't want to even get serious with you because this is a pattern. And I don't get with people to try to fix them, by the way. Some people, they get with people and they try to fix them and heal them through that. No, if my energy, my connection, your alignment with me is not enough for you to want to heal and fix your shit and work on your shit, because we're all broken and flawed at some point, in some way. We're not perfect, right? But by knowing me and connection with me, and you want to cultivate the relationship, and I'm looking for my Fenty, it fell. If that does not do enough for you, it's even to be more mature, motherfucker, then I don't need to be with you. And I'm definitely not gonna get in a serious relationship with you. Been there and done that, y'all. Been there and done that. Was with a whole narcissist before. And they try to break my soul. I'm not doing that again. And then you got people who ghost you for days at a time, or ghost you towards, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. It's stupid. But the people that are ghosting, they don't realize how detrimental that is for someone who really thought you was for me and down for me. Like, I used to take it personal when people do that stuff when it comes to the shitty communicating. It used to fuck with my soul so bad. I thought it was something wrong with me. Like, really, like, they don't really love me. They don't like me. They really hate me. And then I started realizing it ain't me, it's them. It ain't me, it's them. It ain't me. It ain't me, it's them. Because what can I possibly change about me to make people say, hey, you know what? I ain't gonna lie, I forgot. I ain't gonna lie, I looked at the phone, I didn't answer. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't want to come. I didn't want to do that for you. Like, I'm real. If I don't want to do something, I don't fucking do it. If I'm not coming, I'm not gonna fucking come. That's just me. You get what I'm saying? So my transparency, my truth, my mouth that I can use, because baby, my mouth speaks sweetly. Y'all have heard my spoken word and how I speak and how I can, enunciate my words. My mouth is sweet, but my tongue, My tongue can be very sharp, like the edges of glass, like that candy coated glass, or maybe if you sharpen a sugar cane, and if you sharpen it just enough, my words can pierce you in your soul. I don't even have to put my hands on you. Okay. So me speaking my truth can be just that harsh for some people. So you would think that they would do the same. They would do the same. They would do the same. Right. So the crazy thing, y'all, in this reality, you'll find your tribe that'll break their necks to show up for you. Be like, girl, come here. Let me hold your camera. And they can get all your angles. They can get all your angles. Okay. And you will have people that will respond to your text message. You know what I had to do with my homegirl, who was my spiritual friend, and I haven't seen her in years. The last time I saw her was at a spiritual retreat in Woodstock. Okay, at our mentor's house at a goddess retreat. We had some issues with communication. Do you not know, woman to woman, goddess to goddess, what we did? She went into therapy. I went into therapy. Our therapists didn't know each other. They don't know each other. And we were talking about people in our personal, how they are with the communication and why do they do this? And it's hurtful, and it eats away at us as moms, especially as solo moms. Okay. I've been a whole wife, and I'm a virtual wife to some people, a virtual girlfriend. And so listen to this. She and I both had a conversation on the phone that was deep. And it healed a lot of the hurt, healed a lot of the confusion, because we went into a space like, listen, when you block me or when you shut down on me, it makes me feel this way. Or I shut down because I don't want you trying to fix whatever problem I got going on. So I don't want to tell you I'm going through this problem, sis. So I pull away. Or I got to do my ritual work and I'm not on my phone. I'm not on social media. I have all my phones off, locked away. So please don't take this personal. It's something that I'm dealing with and I'm healing through. That is the conversation that she and I had to say to one another and have with one another, shall I say. And ever since then, you know what we do? And hey, Mimi, ever since then, Mimi and others, you know what we do? When we feel the need where we have to retreat from our devices, and it's nothing personal, we simply send a message to one another. And we give each other some grace as well. Okay. It's not like if I sent her something that's urgent, you know what I'll do? Hey, I need you, 911. Or she'll be like, oh my God, are you busy? You know, she'll say something to let me know that is something that is pressing, that I want to talk to you, that I need to talk to you. Okay. That's what she and I do. And me and my kids, we always do that 911 if it's an emergency. If not, I'm just going to be like, hey, I'm on YouTube, I'm streaming, I'm working, I'm doing something, I can't get to my phone right now. But guess what? I have not taken the extra step to have that conversation with others like I did with her, because she's like my sister, but my spiritual sister. And our friendship, our connection is more in the phone because she lives in Connecticut. I live in Georgia. So it's important that we have that, and that we have that sisterhood, that community with one another. So it's almost like we took a vow to hold each other's hand and hold each other accountable, that we won't ghost each other, that we won't pull away from each other, that we won't make each other feel some type of way. We did that. Now, I have not done that so much in my personal, because I feel and I know that I've spoken it clearly to others to let them know, like, hey, we mature over here. If this is something that you need to talk about, that you don't have to tell me all your business. It's either yes or no. And I'm not going to get offended. I said that to a guy. If you can't come drive to Georgia because you got so much going on for your birthday, it's fine. And see, listen, y'all, it's different than me being chosen to be somebody's backup plan because somebody else didn't come through. That's something different. I didn't have any birthday plans at all. And I chose him to be my mate, my accompany, my guest for whatever we were going to do together. And so I understand that it's 10 days. It's kind of last minute for some people. Maybe they need a whole month to plan. I don't know. Hey, how you doing? Happy Thursday. And so, maybe they need a whole month to plan. I don't know. It's not like I'm having a big, grandiose type of celebration for my Mighty 50. No, I'm not. And the reason why I'm not, most of my friends are not in the state of Georgia, my gal pals. And two, I feel if there was a big milestone celebration that was supposed to be had, I'm not the one that's supposed to be throwing it. It's supposed to be my loved ones, my family, not me, And whatever I'm gonna do when I wake up on that day and my eyes can still see, my tongue can still speak, and my brain can still function along with my limbs, I'm going to be happy and I'm going to be grateful. I'm not going to cry because, certain person didn't text me, certain person didn't send me flowers, or this person is not going to come through. We can't do the sexy time like we do for my birthday. They didn't buy me this. They didn't do this. No, no, no. No, and no, and no. Okay. So, for those of you who follow me, those of you who do not know who I am, please go to my YouTube channel. Look at my blogs, look at my stories, look at my art, look at my shares so you can get a feel of how I show up in the world. Okay. And just to let y'all know, YouTube is I think it might be the same age, right, as Twitter. I've been around just that long. I wasn't born when the pandemic hit. No, I've been around 18 years in these internet streets. Okay. Hey, Will. Before there was Instagram, there was Miss Atlantic Dream. And so anyway, what else was I going to tell y'all? I was going to tell y'all some tea. So what I'm going to do, I may join this app called Fanbase. I may do that. I don't know. Just because I have to go somewhere where I can be able to talk about adult stuff, intimacy. Men ask me questions all the time about sex, love, lust, and relationships. And when it comes to women, they ask me those things, especially now that I'm going through perimenopause. They ask me questions that they're afraid to ask their wives, their girlfriends, their mothers, their aunts, their sisters. They ask me. And if I'm live, I answer the questions. And we talk about different things when it comes to sucking, fucking, licking, loving. I'm serious. Look, I'm serious. So it's just so funny that the guy who was a former mate, a one-nighter, came into my live on the TikTok, and then I said what I said. I said, yeah, just like someone like you, and the reason why I fell out with you. And it wasn't like a back and forth. I was getting into the story time. I wasn't going to say why I fell out with the gentleman. And I don't know, fellas, why y'all do that. And girls, ladies, if y'all do that, once you are done with the connection as a love goddess, as a former wifey, virtual wifey, girlfriend, listen, don't be trolling people. Grieve them, even if they're still living. I'm telling you, it is the best medicine. It is healing. Cry, scream, laugh, go out in nature, do what you got to do, go somewhere and break some shit. When the relationship is over, it is done. They ghosted. They did what they did. Grieve them. Get that pain out of your body. Do whatever you got to do. Don't hurt nobody else, though. But get that pain, that anger, that rage, get it out of your body. And then don't go back to social media on their fucking Facebook and Instagram and trolling them to see what the fuck that they're doing. Why the fuck should you care? Why? But people do that shit to me all the fucking time, y'all. All the time. Like this dude, we had a one-nighter. I couldn't even tell you how many years ago. Why the fuck are you following me on TikTok? I'm not going to fuck you again. I'm not going to sleep with you again. I made a choice not to sleep with you again. The fuck? Why are you checking for me? I'm not following you. And he follows me on Facebook. Like, what the fuck? And so, it's just, it gives weirdo vibes. It gives very weirdo vibes. And it does come with the territory of having a fan base. It comes with it, y'all. People I've went out on dates with, people I've been with on in my personal or been with me, they all troll me on social media, but I'm still gonna show up and be me. I'm still gonna have my story times. I'm still gonna be on my path of femininity, of sensuality, of softnessness, and speaking my truth, my transparency. I'm still gonna do that. Yeah, I am. Yeah. That's how I got my name. That's how I got my brand. I started with my truth. I just started with the whole Wi-Fi connection and a cell phone and my hands and some creativity and spoken word. That's how I got my following 18 years ago. 18 years ago. hmm From a Yahoo blog, y'all. That's all I had. A Yahoo blog and a phone connection and some Wi-Fi. And when I fell on hard times and I needed some money, it was my viewers, my readers who suggested that I get onto this site and make some money because I didn't have any. And I reluctantly I did it. I didn't want to show my face because I thought that I was gonna be doing Tyler Perry movies or some shit like that, y'all. Being in Hollywood and whatnot. And so I didn't want to show my face at the time. And then when this whole stigma of women who have a spicy following, it died down. Like people really don't give a fuck now. They still talk, they talk. If you got OnlyFans or whatever, they do. They say that. They will try you. But it's a job. You pay taxes on it. So what? You know, and it paid the bills. You know, she wasn't robbing anyone. So this, but the stigma is not as bad as it once was, being a spicy content creator or indie adult content, creator. But before it was, people will say things like, oh, you'll never be able to be a nurse, you'll never be in politics, you'll never be able to, oh, Tyler Perry wouldn't hire you. Yes, the fuck Tyler Perry would. Especially now, yes, Tyler Perry will fucking hire you if you were an OnlyFans person. I don't think, and you can walk around and say, yeah, I had an OnlyFans. Yes, I have OnlyFans. Yes, I have following. Yeah, I do. I did spicy content. Yep, sure did. Yep. And it took a lot, y'all, for me to be at one with that. Only because when I got into it, hey Jonathan, when I got into this, I wanted to live a life discreetly, but because I would be a PTA mom, have vanilla friends and women and connections out in the world, and they didn't know what I did for a living. And then as people got close to me, and that's the reason why I got issues with people getting close to me, especially women folk and some men folk, because my transparency and how I make my money and my profession. Hey Adrian, they try me. Hello there. They try me. And so jealousy comes up, doing the most, doing certain things has came up. I am a content creator. I am an artist. I'm a voiceover actress. I'm a vlogger, as I'm doing here right now on YouTube, but I'm just live. Usually I don't come live, but because of the TikTok bots, I had to come here today live to talk about my truth. And I'm on my road to 50. I started 18 years ago, Adrian. And that's what I was talking about. And so trying to live a life discreetly because it dealt with nudity. It dealt with talking about yummy bits. It dealt with doing things in the privacy of my home that the world didn't see, but they had access to. And I wanted to live my life discreetly until someone and they nosy asses and my popularity grew of being on the internet. I didn't realize how big it was going to be and how popular this particular site was at the time. Until I started seeing people at the Walmart, the doctor's office, and here and there and everywhere, and different apps, they would know who I was. And then family members knowing who it was and finding out what it is that I did. And so when I got out, I stayed out and I've been out since. Been out of the closet. Look, the cat's out the bag now. The cat's out the bag now. And the kitty cat been out the bag ever since, child. trying to come fully out the bag. And I tell people when I tell this story, it feels like I was gay and I came out like I was a closeted person, and then somebody outs me because of my sexuality. That's the way it feels like. No differently, and I'm not lying to you. Yeah. Yeah, and my confidence was always there. Um, in my life as a woman of color, with this lovely hue that I have, I love so much, right? I love it so much. I love me. Um, I lost my identity, Adrian and others. Um, yeah, I lost my identity because I was mom, I was wife, and what content creating and being an artist, a visual artist, let's just say that, what it has done for me, it's helped me express more. It's helped me stay in my purpose more. It's helped me to stay in my sexiness and my confidence even more. It has helped a lot, especially in my femininity. Okay. But my connections with others who I am a mirror to and for, not so much. Okay. Not so much. It hasn't helped in that aspect, but I can't help but be me because if I shrink, if I go and hide myself, who the fuck am I going to be? Okay. Yes, everything is still active. I am 18 years in. Everything should be in my bio. I'm pretty sure it is. If it's not, it's in my, yeah, all that is in my bio. If you go follow me here. And so, y'all, listen, I had friends in high school. I moved to Atlanta. Friendships have been difficult for me since I moved to Metro Atlanta. I didn't have difficulty with friendship back home in Lansing, Michigan. I moved here in '04. Friendships have been different, so different since I've been in the Metro Atlanta area, and especially with women. Um, my guy friends, not so much, not so much. And I've had platonic guy friends in Atlanta with no issues. But I'm just saying, like, just the ladies, the women, and because a lot of them are not walking in a non-vanilla life. They're very vanilla. Can I say very vanilla? Did I say very vanilla? They're very vanilla, or they're curious about what it is that I do because I also am polyamorous for the most part. So some of them are not poly; they want to be monogamous, but they'll have polyamorous moments and that type of thing. And but they love the fact that I can be out loud and I can say that I have this lover and that lover or whatever, and then they only want the poly when it comes to being able to fuck multiple men. That's not why I would want polyamory. It's not just to fuck multiple men. That's not the reason. So anyway, we'll get into that conversation a whole nother day. But anyway, love, light, peace, and blessings onto you and you. Thank you, Adrian, for following and joining me on this talk and others. If y'all new here, welcome in. My TikTok handle is the Love Goddess Yvette J. I don't know if I'm gonna be here. Maybe I'll just start coming back on YouTube. For real, for real. YouTube. Because I want to talk about something that I seen on TikTok. And it ain't my business, but I'm a woman, a biological woman. I have to talk about it. And I want to talk about it some more. Maybe I'll write it down here and I'll come live. Like, I hold space for the masculine. That's part of my path, my purpose. Okay. And in my profession, I do. I don't go around saying, y'all ain't shit. Oh, I can't stand men, this and that. Y'all ain't gonna hear me ever say that or subscribe to that. But I will say, fellas, some of you all are da da da, just like some women are da 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 da. You see what I'm saying? And it was something that somebody said, this is just random. Like, I'm a person who has done a whole story time for each individual that I allowed to enter my yoni, my temple, my pum pum. Okay. It's on my Patreon. It's not up here. And I honored that Okay, because my body is my temple. My body is a place, you know, is holding this soul. That's me. Okay. And so I honor this journey, this path, um, by making these audio memoirs of each encounter. Okay. It's on my Patreon. And y'all call it body count. I don't know how many there were, but it was body count. Might as well say it's a body count audio story time. Okay. Body count. And someone on TikTok, and it was a person that I was following. I thought she does good or whatever, but I'll follow y'all. And I'm really honestly, I'm not a consumer on these apps. I'll comment and do that and and that's it. But for the most part, I am a producer on these apps. I am not a consumer, not like that, like that. You know what I'm saying? But I do support. I do support. But I I might be a shitty follower if you ask me to follow you back. Okay. I might be shitty. Cause if you're not a content creator and you just want me to be following you, then we gonna have a problem. Cause yeah, now I'm not gonna set no notifications, and you don't have no content to follow or to support. So anyway, I was supporting her on TikTok, and I think she's also on YouTube. But I'm gonna say this real quick, and I'm gonna go. I don't like it when women feel like they have to prove to the masses if they're giving up pussy or not. Oh, I didn't sleep with him. And he's doing this and he's doing that and that. Okay. Well, I am here to say, as an intimacy coach, as men tell me all their business, and in 18 years, I've heard some things, and they don't have to lie to me, because and a lot of them ain't trying to fuck me. I'm just being honest with you. They just want me to hold space for them. It's really a toss up if you fuck on the first night or if you fuck 6 months, a year down the line. It's really it's a 50-50. So it's really not a flex to put it out here to the universe like, oh, we're going on these many dates and he spent this much money on me and I haven't gave up sex yet. Well, trust and believe, Sister Fran, eventually a man who is investing, he will come to collect. Men are sexual, they are predators. They and not always in a bad way. They are mammals. They want to fuck. They want to mate you. And the real ones will court you, date you for long, extended periods if they have to, long as they get that end prize. So some of them like the chase. A lot of them like the chase. Okay. So it's really not a flex to even get on social media to say, well, no, we ain't slept together yet. And then, he paid my rent and I didn't even have to sleep with him. Okay. Kudos to you. Okay. Because everybody's intention is different. Versus one person is dating for marriage, and another woman or man could be dating just to be fucking dating, to have an experience, have some memories, and some are dating for free meals. Some are dating just to have some company and some conversation. We don't know why people are dating, why they do what they do. What would have been cool was, I'm dating for marriage, and so that's the reason why. Not that I ain't gave it up yet, and he did. He did like, okay. But those of you who are tuned into those types of podcasts and vlogs and posts, eventually you know where it goes. Either she's gonna give it up, or he's gonna fall off, or they're just gonna fall off. It's gonna be mutual. That's usually how it goes, with that. And a lot of times, they don't update us on what happens with the connection. You don't ever hear about what happened with so and so that you was going out with, and then you don't hear nothing about it. But that's how they get you reeled into their business, into their lives and stuff like that, by saying what they not doing, and other people are rooting for them to do the shit. Like, I know you gonna fuck this dude. I know he gonna ask you for ass. I know he is. Like, that's crazy. But anyway, for those of you also who do not know, I am a love goddess. I walk in the path of the sacred divine feminine. I am ordained as a love goddess. And listen, my sex and my spirituality, they go hand in hand, not separate. Okay? Hand in hand. So you won't hear language like, oh, I'm not sleeping with him. I'm waiting, da 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 da, or I'm this and that, and I'm not giving him up. This is now. I'm not doing this, and no. What you will hear language of from me, if you watch my videos and my previous shares, you will hear me say that I am on a love drought. I am fasting from sex. You see that? Yes, I'm going out on this date, but I'm currently fasting, and I'll let the man know that. Not saying that I'm celibate and I'm da 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 da. I might have said I used to be celibate or whatever, abstaining or whatever. But now I have to say either I'm on a love drought, because the love drought is because the universe, the divine, has put me on a love drought, because guess what? Nobody is aligning with my energy. Okay. So that's a love drought. When I am trying to connect, try to put it out here, and nobody is picking up what my frequency is, that's a love drought. Okay. Or I will just say, you know what? I gotta heal from this previous fuck shit that I went through. I'm not in the space to deal with men right now. I'm just not. I'm just not. So before I get on the bitter end of, you know, a personality trait, which I would not be, let me just take a break and not give up the poom poom, not go out on any dates. Nah, I'm just doing. That's me fasting, or I'm trying to manifest something, so I will withhold my yoni, my yummy bits, if I'm trying to manifest something. Yeah. I told individuals who wanted to come here, fly here, like last year, somebody said they were going to do, and some guy that wanted to drive into town. Oh, you don't have any birthday plans? I want to take you off for your birthday. This and that. Listen, I don't want you to attempt to make me happy on my 50th birthday. Because what if you disappoint me like the others? What if you do that? You know, that type of thing. You're more than welcome to attempt to try to get at me in August, September. You know what I'm saying? But not my birthday. No. No. Because what you don't want to be is that guy that did the shit last year. You don't want to be him. You do not want to be him. Okay? You don't want to be him. He didn't show up. He was full of shit. He was playing games too. You don't want to be him. Okay? So yes, unfortunately, a boundary was set, and it's still set. And it's not one that's written in stone, but it's a boundary. Because those who are intentional, y'all living intentional, sometimes we just got to do that. We just got to do that. If you can guarantee your own ass having a birthday that is just off the chain, you know, just party, and just full of joy, excitement, and funners on in and in, and it's just with you relying on your own self, your own energy, and your kids and your family, do it. It gets hairy, sticky, and tricky when you get random motherfuckers that you don't even know to try to come in and make your special day even brighter. That's iffy. And I'm not saying do it. That's on you. I'm not doing it. I just did that shit last year. Maybe next year I might try it. If I'm not in a serious relationship where my man knows how to spoil me, he knows how to show up for my big days, my little days, and every day. Okay. For me, and I'll do the same for him, because I like the thing called reciprocity, y'all. Yeah, I like that. I like doing that. But anyway, love, light, peace, and blessings unto you, Miss Atlanta from MissAtlantaDream.com. YouTube, it's good seeing y'all. I'm glad we kind of getting reacquainted again. Yeah, I'm glad. And for those of you I didn't see y'all comments, we have a filter on the comments. I have a filter on my comments in the channel only because I've had this channel for quite some time, and we get like people who are just not lovers. They're closet lovers on this channel, you know, so we have to kind of like put a muzzle on them in the comments. So that's the reason why some of the comments don't come through. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Mwah. And cheers to you. We're on the road to Mighty 50. Bye.